Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to do just a really simple, straightforward little vlog. I'll try and make it succinct for me. I know some of my vlogs tend to be on the longer side, but I'm going to show you a beach that I love on like the backside of Santorini that's completely undeveloped, i.e. it has no infrastructure and foreign tourists don't really go there. It's like way out of the way. So I'm here in Monolithos, and it's basically starts here down this giant hill. And today we're gonna skate down to the beach. It's not a great skate. The hill here in the village is okay. So you can see it's like this part of the road is like all right, but it doesn't stay good for long. This is Villa Pelicanos, where I normally stay, but it's too expensive this time of year. It's still August, so that's the pool right there. Anyway, so I'm just gonna do a really mellow, like kind of carved coast down to the beach. Like I said, this road to the beach is really rough, but here they're doing some like water main project. So you can ride on this like kind of skinny blacktop track. It's kind of sick actually. But see, like once you get off of it, this part's not too bad. I've always wished that they would repave this entire road. Like, wish that I would go back to New York for some year and come back, and I wish that the whole thing would be like this path. You see how much fun this is? I want to tell you guys just like a little funny story that I just remembered. So behind me, there's this house, which is about halfway between my apartments and the beach. And like a decade ago, this house was in limbo for a really, really long time, and it had no doors or windows. So if you follow my channel, you know I do these art prints called Fabled City, which is where the name of the channel came from. And I did a thing, I actually did an article on, if you guys remember BuzzFeed, that was like a really big site, about years ago. I actually did an article on BuzzFeed about how I filled the entire house with Fabled City prints that I brought from New York. And yeah, I actually like wrote a story on it. And look here, they've got like this little micro Greek chapel, but that was like in that BuzzFeed thing was like, I don't know, 2014 or 2015 or something. And it looks like the house still it's still not totally finished. But I just remembered that on the way here. I'm like, oh, there's that house that had kind of seemed abandoned for a while. I used to think it would be sick to finish it and just go squat in it, like just go live in the house. So these are all the main places on Santorini, and where we're going that way is literally neither here nor there. So one of the reasons why I actually came up with the idea just to shoot this video today, to show you guys just kind of my perspective on the island, is another thing you may have seen in the news this year, besides tourist deaths, are the issues of over-tourism, especially here on Santorini and on the party island of Mykonos here in the Kykladas to the north. And it's definitely true. Like when I came into the port yesterday, the scrum to get on a bus up to Fira, the main town, and then from there you figure out where you're going to stay, whether it's Parissa, Kamari, or EF, where, or Sfero, Stefani, whatever. Like it was nuts yesterday at the port. Like the vibe was so stressed and crazy. It was like being at Port Authority in New York during a rainstorm. It was like, it was so crazy. But then here, look, there is nobody. Like the part of Santorini that I go to, there's nobody here. Look, like there's a little car there. It looks like this house doesn't even necessarily look like anybody. It actually looks abandoned. I can see some of the windows are actually boarded up. So like, as over-tourism is definitely an issue, they're talking about in coming years they are going to, I know like the mayor of this island has met with Prime Minister Mitsakis in Athens, and he's told him like, we gotta pump the brakes on some of the cruise ship tourism here. And apparently also like a lot of the from what I kind of understand is a lot of local business owners here are just really bummed on the whole cruise ship thing of people coming in during the day because they're not staying in hotels overnight. And maybe some of this is due to cultural differences, but they're not going to bars and restaurants primarily. And there, like a lot of other restaurants have opened up in Fira town, like in the square, that actually cater to specifically to foreign visitors who, I don't know, maybe they don't want to try Greek food, or who knows what the deal is with that exactly, but you can only kind of guess. But but you know, as far as the over tourism issue, it's kind of like the Rambla in Barcelona, which you also may have seen in the news, with people like squirt gunning like tourists on the Rambla earlier this summer. But it's the same kind of deal. Like if you go to the outskirts of Barcelona, like you go to an ordinary residential park, you're not gonna see tons of foreign tourists. Literally, look how barren this part of Santorini is. Like, you're lucky to even see the car traffic that's going by. So the island it's not as blown out as you would think. It's just that the resources of like Fira Ia and Firo Stefani, and probably Kamari and Parissa as well, are definitely overstretched. And oh yeah, I'm walking this part because there's no way that you could ride this road with these wheels. So these wheels are meant for the streets of New York City or Los Angeles. They are not, or Barcelona. They're not meant for this back road here. But I like that you could, you know, I rode, I don't know, almost 50% of it towards the beach, so it's still worth it. One thing, as you might be able to tell, that I love about this part of the island is that it's kind of like the rural version of urban exploring. So here's some unfinished, who knows what, but I love this kind of stuff. Like, you know, is this going to be a hotel, a little cluster of apartments? Who knows? But it's cool to think what it might be or what the story is. It looks like, whatever it is, it looks like, I mean, they're fresh building supplies here, so this probably isn't an abandoned project necessarily. You know, in some parts of the Mediterranean, people just run out of money. But like, look, oh my God, imagine if this was gonna be your house. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is so cool, literally and figuratively. It's also nice to take a break in the shade. Wow. And there's the beach way down there. So here you can tell that we're underneath the flight path at the Santorini airport. We have made it to not just one of my favorite places on Santorini, but also like one of my favorite places in the world, just because it's so low-key, which is Monolithos Beach. And we'll get to where the actual sand is in a second, but I love just these gnarly, windswept, like cliffs made by just all by erosion, like in a very obvious sense. I love how dramatic they are, and as you can see, I haven't been here in years, but a lot of them have been collapsing. Right, in the wintertime, these cliffs get hit by like really heavy rain and wind, and they actually erode from one year to the next. Like if you're someone who's a regular visitor to the island and this beach, you can tell, like, actually it's almost like this beach road actually gets narrower each summer. It's like it gets like more choked. So like where these parked cars are right here, you used to be able to park, actually, like used to be able to park closer to the cliff's edge, and now obviously you can't. They're like people are pretty much parked in the road. It's almost like a one lane road now. But just look at, I mean, you got to get before we jump in the water, you got to get a load of these cliffs. They're so awesome. Just, I mean, look at this. They're like these little canyons. Oh, I don't know if the GoPro is going to do this justice. So you can see these are like water channels from the winter rains. Hope you guys don't mind if we do a little detour before we get into the water. But look at this. Look how sick this is. Yeah, so it's like part of the attraction here isn't just the volcanic black sand beach, which we're about to get down on, but also like all these kind of little baby canyons all along the waterfront. And it's almost like you can see the rainwater like surging through here. Oh, there's a poor dead bird. Oh, hi little guy. Oh, such is life. But didn't mean to bring the vibe down, but that's a bit of what nature actually is, being nature. Now, because this is still August, there's actually a lot of people here on the beach. And normally I usually come to Santorini in like late September. I've even come sometimes as late as like mid-October, and the beach is usually way late. There's times when I come down here, like if you come down here in about a month from now, where I am, this is the very end of August, if you come down here around the end of September, there'll be almost nobody here. Like there aren't usually all these cars down here, but it just has to do with the time of year. All right, enough of this talking and touring. Let's get down to the beach. And look, you guys, look at this, the black sand. Of course, in the middle of the day, it looks kind of washed out, but this is volcanic black sand from when Santorini erupted way back in the day. And oh, you gotta bring, if you wear shoes down here, you have to bring flip-flops, because the sand is way too hot to walk on barefoot, unless you're someone who can like walk on hot coals. Hello. Hi. Hello. Oh, and here at Monolithos, you can meet little dudes like this. Hello. Oh, aren't you a little cutie? Look at that little face. Look at that little face. Oh, what a happy place this is. Another great quality about Monolithos Beach, besides the supposed like mythical healing properties of the volcanic black sand, is that nobody bothers you down here. There are no thieves, there are no touts, there are no hustlers, there's no one trying to promote a nightclub. It's like, if you know the beaches in Barcelona, it's like the polar opposite. Everyone's just minding their own business. There's no one even like, no one's even super close to me. It's just so, it's so soothing just laying here under the sun. So I don't know this for sure, but I've always kind of thought that the reason this beach is called Monolithos is because of these strange, like monolith-esque cliff formations that dot the beachside. They're so wicked. I can't get enough of this place. Who you might run into on these back roads here. Hi there. Hello. Hi. Oh. God, I love this place. And I love the walk back from the beach almost as much as the trip down. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Monolithos beach adventure here on Santorini, on a far less seen side of the island. If you'd like to see more content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe, and even drop a comment if you like. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.